Hello all, welcome back to the second preview for this week's ICC World T20 matches, and the second match that I'm going to preview is between Australia versus Sri Lanka, a very enticing match which could change the landscape of the whole group. And this match between Australia versus Sri Lanka is taking place at Dubai International Stadium. So starting off with the overlook of the previous results of both the sides, and Sri Lanka come into it on the motivating victory for them against Bangladesh. They won all the qualifier matches, and against Bangladesh, they restricted Bangladesh to 171, which at that time seemed a very high score for Bangladesh. And from 71 for 1, they fell to 79 for 4. But they still chased it down in the end, a very comfortable chase. Srilanka was magnificent, Rajapaksa was magnificent, and even when everything seemed down, the youngsters stepped up for Sri Lanka. While Australia into this, coming on the back of a victory against South Africa in a match that was more tough than it seemed at the start, because South Africa was restricted for a score around 118, and it looked like at that stage that Australia will easily chase it down and finish the match by 16th over. But the match went down to the last over, and if not for Marcus Stoinis and his powerful hits, Australia might have been on the end of a very embarrassing loss. So Australia also come on the back of a, you can say, a disappointing batting performance, but also motivating that Marcus Stoinis stepped up and got them to the victory line. Moving on towards this match, and first of all, if we can talk about the lineup, then I think Dubai International Stadium is a very large, they're long boundaries, and it's not been as bad for bowling and as for batting, because batting has been still possible on this pitch, but also this always help for the players, for the bowlers, and the boundaries are so long. So for Australia, the combination will be that they always start with Warner and Finch as the openers, and then it's followed by Mitchell Marsh and SteveSmith. Mitchell Marsh has been on a superb form in the last some T20 matches, and SteveSmith providing calming presence. And then you have GlennMaxwell, who has become more sort of a bowler, because especially for a left-handed batsman in a team, and right arm off spinner, and even overall even a right arm batsman, because these pitches boundaries are long and the ball is still not coming very fast to the bat, there's chance for spinners to take the wicket, and GlennMaxwell has been acting as some sort of sixth bowler for Australia. And then Marcus Stoinis, Matthew Wade as a keeper, and then Pat Cummins, Mitchell Starc, Adam Zampa and Hazlewood. So in Hazlewood, Zampa, Starc and Cummins, there were four proper bowlers, and the fifth option can be Maxwell, it can be Stoinis, so they can get the overs out of them, because Cummins, Starc and Hazlewood mark your 12 overs, that's it. Zampa, if somebody is expensive, you can go to Maxwell, you can go to Mitchell Marsh, you can go to Stoinis. So Australia do have options. On the other hand, Sri Lanka will go with the same, Kushal Perera, Nissanka as the openers, Srilanka number 3, Fernando number 4, Hasronga number 5, Rajapaksa number 6, Shanaka number 7, Karunatre, and then Chamira, Kumara and Theeksana. So Kumara, Chamira and Karunatre will make the pace attack, and Shanaka can bowl a bit slower right arm medium if required. Theeksana is a very good off spinner, Hasronga is a very good leg spinner, and even if required, Srilanka can bowl at left arm batsman. These were the lineups. Now moving on towards the players to watch out for, and first of all I'll talk about Sri Lanka, and the first one I'm going to talk about is Lahiru Kumara. Including 3 qualifier matches and the match against Bangladesh, Kumara has taken 8 wickets in 4 games in the T20 World Cup so far. While the other player I'm going to talk about is Theeksana, whose fitness is a doubt, so Sri Lanka can play Adhananjaya against Australian batsman, a spin option, but if he's fit, in 3 qualifier matches that he played, he took 8 wickets. And Australia do struggle against spin, and he could be a big trouble if he's played and he's fit. Moving on towards Australia, and the first person you always have to talk about is SteveSmith. First of all, SteveSmith might not be a conventional T20 batsman, 6s, 4s, everything, but he knows how to rotate the strike. And when the runs are not coming, Australia do struggle to play against spin. SteveSmith is one of the better Australian batsmen against spin. And then for me, the next player to look out for from Australian team is GlennMaxwell, because in this IPL 2021 so far, in the last match against South Africa, he took 1 wicket, gave 24 runs in 4 overs. So he's threatening, and he's coming on a good IPL form, hitting around 513 runs in 15 matches. So he can provide you bowling option, he can bat, you need nothing better than that. And then these are the players that I think you should look out for: Maxwell Smith from Australia and Kumara and Theeksana from Sri Lanka are going to make a big difference in this game. Moving on towards the stadium stats, and if you look at the stadium stats at the moment, if you can look at results at the stadium, then the first match here was between England and West Indies, where West Indies were bowled out for 55 and England chased it with 6 wickets to win victory with around 11 to 12 overs left, because it chased it down under 8.2 overs. India versus Pakistan was a match where India made 151, which looked competitive, but Pakistan absolutely chased it down within 17 and a half overs and also not losing a wicket. And then South Africa West Indies was a match where West Indies made 143 and South Africa chased it by 18 overs. So you do need 155, 160 or above on this pitch. So this is a good pitch, but spinners can come into equation because of the long boundaries. So moving on to the last part, and that's a prediction. And for me, it's a tight match. Sri Lanka have very talented youngsters. They also have spinners to trouble Australia. And Australia at the moment haven't been convincing, sadly. But the experience of Australia, and see, Sri Lanka, because of the young age, they fell from 71 for 1 to 79 for 4. If Bangladesh, no disrespect here, did not bring Afif Hussain and bowl Mahmudullah 2 overs and they did not drop the 2 catches, they might have been end over a different spectrum. Sri Lanka are a fearless team, young team with great things ahead for them, but Australia's experience is simply too much to handle, and I think Australia will come out as victorious in this match. So thanks for watching. I hope you like this. Thanks for watching.